Okay, hey everyone, and welcome to another Class 66 Rocks Stobart review. Now, in this review, I'm taking a look at an extremely special truck, as it's one that's never really been released in 1/76 scale, but Atlas Editions have done this model and it is absolutely outstanding. So I'll show you the certificate of authenticity first, and then we'll take a look at the model. But like I say, it is absolutely outstanding, and you'll see why in just a minute. Okay, so first off, we have the certificate of authenticity. As you can see, it's part of the Eddie Stobart collection, and this basically certifies that the model accompanying this document is an authentic replica, officially licensed and approved by Eddie Stobart. As you can see, it's by Atlas Editions, and today we're looking at a Scania R440 Topline Drawbar unit. Now, you can probably imagine that this box is actually going to be quite long. So we'll just turn the certificate over for a minute and I'll let you read that bit of information about the Scania R440 Topline Drawbar unit. Okay, so let's move on to the review. So here we have the box, and as you can tell, it's quite long. As usually some of them are about up to there with the curtain side trailer, or maybe there, but this particular one I think is quite long, as you can tell. So on the front of the box, as you can see, we have the Eddie Stobart wording in white. Underneath that we have the word sustainable distribution. So if we take a look at the top half of the box, just turn that so the camera picks up a bit better, we can see the side of the box is styled like the curtain side of the drawbar. On the front here, as you can tell, we have a photo of the drawbar that we're going to be taking a look at today, and underneath we have a description. I nearly called it subscription, which is Scania R440 Topline Drawbar unit. It has the name Callista Madison and is fleet number M344. So if we just turn the box around to the side now, we can see we have the words Eddie Stobart again, and in the oval here we have the 1/76 scale die-cast metal, and underneath we have special edition collector's model. So let's get this stunning model open and take a look at it. So what we'll do, we'll just slowly take it out of the box. This is the second time it's been out of the box since I've had it. I've had it a few months actually, and I'm just about catching up to these Atlas Edition reviews now. As with work and the house move and everything, I've got to try and get everything sort of in order so I know what's what with my reviews. So we'll just take this piece of plastic off the top of here and we will turn it round. So here we have it, the Scania R440 Topline Drawbar unit. Now I've got to say it has got a bit of weight to it. I'll just turn the camera back slightly. It's not too light and it's not too heavy, it's a bit in between really. But as you can see, it's presented on this very nice display stand, as you can tell. And on the bottom of the display stand we have a description, which is Scania R440 Topline Drawbar unit. As mentioned, the name is Callista Madison and the fleet number is M344. It's a 6-wheel rigid on the front, and we've got a 6-wheel drawbar unit on the back. I'm not too sure what the shorter trailers are called, but some people refer to these as drawbars and others refer to them as road trains, but I always call them drawbars. So let's start with the front of the cab, shall we? So what I'll do, I'll just bring it in a bit closer so you can see, as to not knock the camera screen. So as you can see on the top here we have the foil. Moving down we've got like a sunroof of sorts, just there. Moving on to the top half of the cab now, we can see we have the word Stobart in green. Moving down we have the Scania badge just there, and what I'll do, I'll just zoom the camcorder in so we can see the rest of the detail. So on the front there you can see we've got the name Callista Madison, And we've got the Stobart cab wrap design, as you can tell. That surrounds the front grills here. So down here, where the camcorder can't quite see, unless I can just zoom it in again, we have the word R440, and underneath that, on the red and white striped bumper, we have the number plate PE61KOX, is it? Or KDX? But we'll see that a bit better hopefully when we turn the truck round to the side. So as we can see, we've got the headlights and the indicators on the left and right hand sides. I forgot to mention we've also got some spot lamps up here, and also we've got some lamps which I think are fog lamps on the bottom left and right hand sides of the bumper. So let's turn the display stand and the model round to the side now. So as we can see, if we just zoom the camcorder back in again, on the top half of the drawbar unit we have the stobartgroup.com website. As you can see there, we've got a Stobart silver SRO and also the cab wrap in Stobart green. That majority of that goes up to the window, as you can see, and just underneath that we have the fleet number and name Clister Madison M344 on the bottom half of the passenger door just there. So as mentioned, it's a 6-wheel rigid, and on the side, on the curtain here, we have the words Eddie Stobart and underneath sustainable distribution in white. We also have these very nice trailer straps painted in black which run the length of the rigid and also run the length of the drawbar, as you can tell when I run my hand down them. So moving on to the drawbar bit of the trailer now, as you can see, if I just tilt the stand there and zoom the camcorder in a bit, you can see we've got the drawbar coupling just under there. Again, we have the words Eddie Stobart and sustainable distribution in white, and again we have 3 wheels either side. So what I'll do now, I will turn the stand and model round to the back so we can take a look at it, and I'll just zoom in a bit so we can try and get the number plate again. So as we can see on the back, we have the word Eddie Stobart in white. That's got a thin red outline around it. Underneath that we have the word road train and the stobartgroup.com website. Moving down now, we can see we have the number plate just there, which is PE61KOX, is it? So what I'll do, I'll just zoom out and bring the model in to the camera. We'll try and see as best we can. We'll just put a slight bit of zoom on just there. Yes, it's a no. It's definitely a no. It's KOX. So PE61KOX. So moving down now, we can see we've got the indicators and the brake lights on the left and right hand sides, and also some hazard warning panels or reflectors, whatever you want to call them. They're also on the bottom left and right hand sides. So turning the model round to the other side now, I'll just hold it so we can get the entire truck in view. We can see on the back of the drawbar unit just here we have the words Eddie Stobart in white and underneath sustainable distribution, and as mentioned we've got these trailer straps which run the length of the drawbar unit and also the length of the rigid, as you can tell when I run my hand over them. Moving on to the rigid again, as you can see we've got the same description on the curtain as we have on the back, so it says Eddie Stobart sustainable distribution. Taking a look at the cab again, we can see we've got the Stobart the silver S arrow just there, and again the cab wrap design on the side of the cab door, which also goes up to the window. As you can see again on the bottom here we have the name Clister Madison and the fleet number M344. If I just zoom in there, oops, bit bad focus there, too far, but I'm sure you saw it on the other side anyway. Now what I forgot to mention is we've also got the mirrors and the blind spot mirrors on the left and right hand side's just here. So I forgot to mention that when I first started to review the model. But that is it basically. The Atlas Editions Scania R440 Topline Drawbar unit in Eddie Stobart Limited livery.